What's up, everybody? Adam Doud here from jolly old London. I am here to participate in Honor's launch event. Honor has a few devices that it is launching to new markets, and they brought me to London so I could tell you all about them. So they're launching three different devices. The Honor Magic V5, which is not a new phone, but it is new to Europe. It's launching to European markets, which is exciting. They're also launching the Honor MagicPad 3 and the Honor MagicBook Art 14. And I actually have two of those devices here with me. This is the Honor Magic V5, which is a book-style foldable phone that opens, yay! And it is a very thin book-style foldable. It has this case on it, which I'm going to talk about in just a little bit, but I'm going to take that off just so I can show you how very, very thin this phone is. It is very thin. And it has this gigantic camera bump on the back, which honestly adds a whole other phone to the thickness, which is kind of funny. And I find that to be rather amusing. But yeah, so this is the Honor Magic V5. This is a 7.95 8-inch inner screen. It is a 6.3-inch outer screen on the outside. It is very, it is supposedly, if you ask Honor, the world's thinnest book-style foldable. There have been tests to suggest that perhaps the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 is slightly thinner. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It's a millimeter. So the point is that this is a very comfortable form factor. When it's closed, it feels very much like a normal phone. In fact, I think it's actually thinner than most normal phones that you could pick up these days. But when you open it up, you just get this gigantic, spacious roominess here. Speaking of the camera bump, there are three cameras here: a 50 megapixel wide camera, a 64 megapixel periscope telephoto zoom lens at 3.5 optical zoom, and a 50 megapixel ultrawide camera. I'm going to do a full review of this over at /gear, so be sure to go check that out. And I've been using this phone for about a week or so. Everything's in the review. One thing that I wanted to show you, which I think is really cool, pertains to the software. So you see this icon down here when you open the phone, and you get this little multitasking icon down here. So you click on that, and then it asks you, do you want 2 rows or do you want 3 rows? So I'm going to say 3 rows. Okay, then it says, okay, you want 3 apps side by side. Go ahead and pick those apps. So I'm going to pick like Threads and Chrome and nope, sorry, I screwed that up. Let's try that again. I'm going to pick Threads and Chrome and say the Play Store. And now I've got, the 3 apps side by side. You can tap on whichever one you want to bring up, and it works very much like a lot of the other interfaces. One cool thing is if you stretch it out with a grab bar, then you get that 90-10 interface that a lot of smartphone manufacturers are using now. So if you want to tap over here, you can get that app. If you want to tap over here, you can get that app, or you tap in the middle, and that brings it back to where it needs to be. The thing I like about it is not necessarily the tapping and the 90-10. That's all fairly standard at this point. But the thing I like is that methodology for the user friendliness of opening up 3 apps. Like a lot of other phones, when you're trying to open up side-by-side apps or whatever, you have to do like a gesture, or you have to do like a tap and hold and kind of drag it and wherever you want it to go. And like with OnePlus's Open Canvas, you have to tap it and drag it and drop it. Like I want it to go down on the bottom. Nope, it's going to be put over on the side. So this is actually just very user-friendly, very straightforward. Pick the 3 apps that you want to go side by side. It's simple, and you know what? Sometimes simple is best. So that's why I dig this phone. Oh, another thing is with this case, I said I would talk about this in a little bit. With the case is this camera ring flips out into like a camera grip, which I use all the time when I'm reading. You know, I just stick my fingers through here and I, you know, read on the Kindle app, and it's really great. Otherwise, this camera ring can also prop up the phone when it's open, so either like this way, or you can close it and you can use it that way, which I also really like. So that is the Honor Magic V5. This big boy here is the Honor MagicPad 3. So this is a productivity tablet. It has this keyboard here, and I apologize. I'm also reviewing this for Slash Gear, and I will put this in the review. I don't know if the keyboard comes with it or not. I want to say it doesn't, because I think I opened 2 different boxes for it. But I'm going to find out about that. And so go to my full review and check it out. If it doesn't, that's bull. Anyway, so this is a 13.3-inch display with a max brightness of up to, is it 1,000 nits? I think it's 1,000 nits and 165 megahertz refresh rate, which is pretty cool. There's 8 speakers of spatial audio, which are, yeah, they're okay. They're tablet speakers, but it's really cool. Like, so you open up the tablet like this, and then this part back here folds down, and that's how you get your laptop configuration. And it also comes off. It's magnetic. It has these pogo pins on the bottom here, so you just attach that, and you are good to go. This is 5.75 millimeters, I believe, so it's very thin, and it has a 12,450 milliamp hour battery, and I just realized I was holding this in between my mouth and the microphone. So if I got muffled there, sorry. I'm a rookie. What can I say? Also, it's worth mentioning that the reason I am filming this from my hotel room and not from the event itself is because they had musicians there playing popular music, and I did not want to get a copyright strike, because that is a thing you need to pay attention to as a YouTube creator. Lesson learned. Okay, then finally, the last device that they showed off was the Honor MagicBook Art 14. This is a 14-inch laptop, obviously. I'm sorry, one thing I forgot to mention about both of these devices, Snapdragon 8 Elite processor. I'm going to take my glasses off so it doesn't bump the microphone. Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, which, anyway. Then the last device was the MagicBook Art 14. This is a 14-inch laptop. It only comes in emerald green, I believe was the name of the colorway that they had there. It's 1 centimeter thick and 1 kilogram in weight, and this is the part where my European listeners tell me what the heck that means in imperial units. So anyway, the halo feature, well, let me finish a couple things. The laptop screen gets up to 1,600 nits of brightness, which is very bright, which is great. It has a 60 watt-hour battery, an anti-reflection display, and it runs on the Intel Core 7 Ultra, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't remember off the top of my head. I am so sorry. But anyway, the headline of this particular device is that it has a pop-out webcam, a pop-out magnetic webcam that is siloed in the body of the device. This is not the device, but this is another laptop, and you push like a thing on the side, and it pops out, and you stick it to the top. It's magnetic, and it's great. It's great for privacy. Not so great for biometrics, because this is not a webcam that is designed to be put on top of the laptop and leave it there. It's oh, I have a call, I will put it up, and then my call is over, I will take it down and put it away. So if you're trying to use like Windows Hello to fire up the laptop with facial recognition, that's not going to work so well. I don't know. I kind of have thoughts. I only had a few minutes of hands-on time, so I don't really have a real solid opinion on that. I'm just saying, popping out a webcam is kind of a choice. Like last year's MagicBook Art 14, MagicBook Art, whatever it was called, from 2024, had a siloed stylus, which was, that's a great idea. You can pull it out and you can write on the screen, put it back in when you're done. Great. I dig that. Pop-out webcam? not so sure about. But anyway, so then one of the other things was they showed how these devices all work together. Very Apple-like in that you can take a photo from your phone and then kick it over to your computer. They showed off how you can use a mouse to like drag a window from your tablet over to your laptop so that you can do laptop stuff. But isn't this kind of a laptop? Oh, there we go. It was upside down. Isn't this kind of a laptop? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing over there that you can't do over here? Anyway, so they showed off how you could do that. And then they also showed off how you can use the tablet. Presumably you can use your phone too. I didn't get a chance to ask that question because I was kind of peering over somebody else's shoulder during the demo, because that's how these press events work. You could also use the webcam from a different device. I would say your phone, because that's going to give you the best resolution, but they showed it with the tablet. You could use the webcam from the tablet instead of the one that's on your laptop. But then when you think about that, they built a laptop with a pop-out webcam. So like the webcam is kind of going to be the focus of this thing. And then they said, oh yeah, you don't have to use that. You can just go use this one over here. Like, so like it's AI, so I guess it's not really meant to make sense. I don't know. That's just how we work here. So that is everything that came out at the Honor event here in August of 2025. And if the track record of this channel is anything to go by, you'll probably be seeing this around mid-October. But yeah, they brought me out here to London so that I could see all this and I could tell you all about it. Oh, pricing. I should mention that the pricing, the Honor Magic V5 is €19.99 or 16.99 British pounds. The Honor MagicBook Art 14, sorry, I've got the notes over here, is 14.99 pounds or 16.99 euros. So just so we're clear, the phone is more expensive than the laptop. Anyway, and then finally, the Honor MagicPad 3 is $599.99 pounds. So that seems like maybe a better deal, but the other two, a little on the pricey side, but it's fine. Yeah, so that's what Honor had to show off here at this event. Comment down below. Let me know if any of these sound interesting to you. Like, what do you think the most interesting thing that Honor showed off was? I mean, do you think it's the pop-out webcam? Do you think it's the ability to use things all over the place? Do you think it's a folding phone that may or may not be the thinnest foldable in the world? Let me know down below. Comment, like, subscribe. Hand over your firstborn child, all that stuff that YouTubers ask you to do, that I don't do yet, but even though I've had a YouTube channel for 4 years, that's just kind of how I roll. So do all that down below, let's have a conversation, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, hi there. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, then you obviously liked what you saw. So why not take it a few small steps further? How about you drop a thumbs up on this video and maybe hit that subscribe button?
And while you're there, move that pointer over a few pixels and click the bell. All of that will ensure that we get noticed on the YouTubes, and we can make more of these videos just for you.
And if you want to go even a little bit further, you can head over to patreon.com/benefitofthedoud and sign up for as little as just $2 per month. And for that, you'll get early access to our videos and some bonus content that we don't show on the main channel.
Plus, we're cooking up new perks and benefits all the time. So go to patreon.com/benefitofthedoud and sign up today.
That's patreon.com/benefitofthedoud. And as always, we thank you for watching and for giving us the benefit of the Doud.